he's having he's getting a network error, so maybe he'll join.
Okay.
Gloria's not feeling well today, so she's out, and Victoria and Chris have class during this time period. So by and large, it's gonna be
Us right here?
Us. That's it, right
and Jackson
here.
upstairs, yeah.
And Jackson upstairs, and Allie on Hangout, and Johnny on Hangout.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a super small group.
Okay.
Which I think actually can be a really good situation because we can hold classes and conversations that are really meaningful for all of us. The other thing is class is only scheduled from 1 o'clock to 1:50. Mm-hmm. So it's really short. There are going to be times where we'll want, Firefox had a problem and crashed. Ha!
So that's the real time then.
Huh?
I thought we were going to stay longer.
It is, well, that's the real time. So we can,
Okay.
what?
Sorry, I feel like that person's making all the noise in the back of the room.
That's fine.
Looks like you're in the front of the room today.
Were those photos and video okay?
Yeah. That's one thing is I just need a few. So I'm trying to go through them and just kind of consolidate because
I took a lot. I was
everybody did. Which I actually need Chris, was it what's his name?
No, not at the college.
No, who's our other guy that in
Chris.
this class? Chris. Oh my gosh, my back's out. Can you give me my...
Oh no.
I know, that just happened this morning. That's why I'm a little late. I had to stop and buy ibuprofen. It just went out this morning. I haven't had back trouble for years. It's really bad.
God, I'm so
I know.
sorry.
It's bad. I'm like, okay, I should be laying on a flat surface somewhere.
That's how I felt last night and this morning.
Your back too?
Well, just my body. Yesterday, I am not used to that. Yesterday, I went to Santa Fe. I got snowboarding lessons.
Oh,
yesterday.
wow. So you're
That's
sore
just-
because you threw your body all over the mountain.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much, yes.
Oh, man, okay. Well, I need their photos too.
Victoria sent me photos to send to you.
And then whatever Allie
Okay,
has.
let's try this again.
But yes, thank you, Jake. I'm going to them now. I'm going to upload everything. I just wanted to get everybody's photos.
Okay.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if it worked.
I can do this.
You can.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't had, I've been trying really hard to take care of myself. So I haven't had any back trouble for years.
Right. Is someone on
And it's
or no?
bad. It just went from 0 to 10.
Hello.
Wow.
I know. And this morning, I don't even know what I did.
That's pretty crazy.
I know, so anyway.
Hey, Allie.
Hi, sorry, I had to just call from my phone. I don't know what's going on. I got kicked out twice.
Well, also Firefox crashed on me, so it wasn't just you this time.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it seems to be a better connection with your phone anyway. You still there?
Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm here, so.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just kind of talk a little bit about and reflect on the MLK Day of Service, and I want to kind of publicly thank Tara for organizing the event, and yay, Tara! And for stepping in. I couldn't be here for a couple of different reasons, and Tara graciously took care of it, and I think organized an excellent event. But since I wasn't there, I'd really like to hear how it went and what you all did and what you got out of it.
All right. It was an early morning. I think it was nice that we got to congregate before, because they still had to get their situation organized for the kids and whatnot.
Right.
But we were able to just, group together and try to figure out our own side of things for a little while. I think that was nice where we could be consolidated as a group.
Okay. So you kind of got to regroup before you met up with the whole group.
Right.
Okay.
And of course, like I said, it was just convenient because of that they were still trying to put their group together as well.
Mhm.
I think it was nice to have a little our time, AmeriCorps time for something like that
Right.
at the beginning, so we're not.
And
Running
I
around.
think what was nice too, and I think I've already voiced that to you, is having you guys there to see the college or be a part of that kind of
Mhm.
environment, see what's going on there. They're a really great resource, and I think if we can somehow strengthen that bond with them in a way that brings them more into our community as well as this community going over there, because it might be beneficial for all of us, you know.
Well, we can, yeah, and we can talk about ways that we can do that. So one thing we can do, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
Cesar Chavez Day coming up. Tara has a couple of events coming up, so we have ways that we can collaborate. I'll also go over the schedule that I have of required events, and I'll
Okay.
share that calendar. I'll share that with you, Allie, and screen share. Although is this weird? This is like again another weird beta version where let's
It's
see.
still-
And,
Data,
and
huh?
maybe for Cesar
Yeah.
Chavez Day, if we wanted to do something similar like we did last year,
Oh, I can share.
you
it.
know,
Okay.
And that
with the
was
bead
one.
workshop, or somebody else wants to do a workshop, we can see if the students would be open to it. I can find out what they're doing in
Okay.
advance,
Okay.
and then we can maybe, if we want to still partner with them. I mean, it's not quite fair to Allie and Johnny that we keep doing things here, so I'm open to other ideas at other people's places, but they do have a farm
Mhm.
at the United World College, which would
Mm.
tie in well to Cesar Chavez Day, or we do our own thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
Just plant those seeds.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I think. Well, I mean, we're gonna have some events that are gonna be in Albuquerque that
Okay.
you guys are gonna have to travel to. So I think so Allie, we have some events that we're gonna have to travel to, but I want to hear from, actually, Jake from you about MLK Day, and Allie from you as well, and then we'll talk about some of the other required events that are coming up this semester.
Yeah, well, you know, it was nice to get back up there and get involved with the castle and the UWC students. You know, my family's always been involved with the castle like the past 20 or so years. They
Oh.
always do the getaway student thing, and so I have like a lot of experiences with the students. But they've stopped for a while, and you know, I haven't been involved with them as I used to be, and it was nice to go up there and work with the students and just be you know, to be a part of things. And you know, I went with a group less than 10. There were a few that were absent, but we went to the wildlife refuge over in Mora, and they fixed a few spots on the road, and they took down a fence. And what was nice was saying, you know, that like absolutely nobody complained about the work that they were doing, and they all jumped in and volunteered where it was necessary. And it was just really great to see people doing that. And
Great.
so
Excellent. Okay. So it was nice to work with them.
yes, it really was. Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt kind of expressed something similar, that they're really smart.
Yeah, these
and-
kids are smart.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
are
think
really
I said last
exceptional.
semester. It's a different group of students for me. I mean, just coming off my last year's AmeriCorps to this year's working with YouthWorks to working with, I mean, they're all, you know, they're studied, they know all this
They've
stuff.
had a lot of
They've had a lot of
Mm.
experience. I mean, they're technically the best of the best
Mm-hmm.
at the United World College, because they only take the best, so whatever that means. But they're very ahead of their classes.
No, they,
So that's a different dynamic, but it's
Mhm.
great. It's
Mhm.
just really great, I think, in a way too, that we can be a part of
That's
that.
really interesting. I mean, I want to come back to that in just
Yeah.
a second. Allie, how was your experience at MLK Day?
So I guess I'm the only one who didn't have the best experience. I mean, it was good. I had fun. I agree with Matt that I'm sorry, I can only hear you guys a little bit.
Oh.
Because you're kind of spread out in the room, and my.
Oh, maybe you guys come a little closer if you can. We have an extra chair here.
But if I,
And an extra
if
chair
I think
there.
I heard Matt correctly, was that they weren't completely organized when we got there, and so there was a little meeting around time. I really, excuse me.
Sure that's happening.
I really enjoyed the experience of being able to document, to kind of go around, take photographs of everything that they were doing. Like that, I thought that I because I was in choir, and Tara and I got to, Tara, Chris, and I got to watch a performance that they were written for memories, and didn't have the best experience at the adults at the farm were very standoffish with me when I was explaining to them what I was doing.
Yeah.
And we're all fine. I just don't think that it seemed like nobody really knew what her, and so it made me feel a little disconnected from what was going on. Like I said, standoffish. The kids were fine. I didn't get to talk to them.
Yeah, and Allie, you're cutting out a lot, so I'll kind of explain. So the leader of that group and the intern, there's an intern there who works on the farm. I'm pretty sure that was her. We're just surprised that Allie was there and a little standoffish towards her. I was really disappointed in the way that they kind of projected that towards Allie.
Okay.
Because it seems to be the only problem that we had that day. And so, you know, on a personal note, I asked my mom about those particular people. And she said that's kind of their disposition, and they can be that way. And she found that very disappointing. Ben Gillock, do you know Ben? He's an instructor there, and he also manages the farm. I have only communicated with him through emails. But still, there's no reason to be standoffish to an intern, one of us who's coming to help document it.
Right.
I did not follow up with Naomi about that yet, Allie, but I am pretty sure everyone knew that we were showing up to document, because every other place we went to seemed to be cool about it, or so. But that was her. Yeah, I felt bad that she had to, because I had to drop her off. I wasn't able to get out, but it was a no-brainer, right? We just all showed up, and you know.
And you showed up with the group, right, Allie?
I dropped her off at the farm.
Well, because we're a little disorganized, we got there as far as the World Colleges part, not on Tara's behalf by any means. They had already separated into groups.
So I dropped her
and
off.
so explaining what they were doing for the day. I waited till they finished, and then I went and thought we're leading the session to introduce myself. One kind of walked us up to the girl, and he didn't really show any interest. She did, and walked away, and then came up, introduced himself to me, and was. And I understand, because if I understand correctly, I believe that Ben lives on that property. So I could understand that he, had some questions about what I was doing at the camp. But yeah, he was asking me, like, what are you doing to, document the students? And he said, why? And I said, because they're, doing service, and we want to get good. Well, for who?
You sound like you didn't know.
And so, it was, so I was felt a little disconnected, but other than that, that I didn't really get a chance to talk to the students too much or anything. So
how long were you there? How long?
It's about an hour and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not very long. Okay.
And my camera died because the AmeriCorps camera I have, the battery is not so. My camera died, so I walked back to the World College to meet with Tara for lunch.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, it sounds like there's a combination between like disposition of the people, and maybe they didn't pay attention to what they were told about who was coming to do what, which happens a lot. You guys will learn that what you say to somebody and what they hear is not necessarily what happens. So unfortunately, I'm sorry you had that experience, Allie. That's really too bad. But hopefully.
And it's okay. I don't have to about it.
Yeah, But still, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, you know, to be treated that way in any capacity is kind of a bummer. So,
Yeah.
so you know,
Especially on MLK service
Right.
day.
Did you guys? So something that happens a lot.
Yeah, and I got hoping.
Yeah, Allie, you're cutting out a ton. Unfortunately, it's really too bad.
Okay,
Okay, I don't know if you're still there, but your face is still there.
I think she's gone.
Um,
And it could have been just miscommunication, and
Right.
maybe they didn't get that part of the email and they just breezed
It's
through
okay.
it.
I mean,
that happens,
you
it's happened
know,
to me in the past, others.
Yeah,
It
where
things
they
where
just,
people are like, where are you
Yeah.
from? We have no idea.
yeah,
right,
So,
and so,
it's a little standoffish.
yeah.
right, exactly.
And, yeah. So
Okay.
I think it wasn't so much personal as it was just, but my mom did say like the intern, that their intern they have at the farm is a bit closed like that, you know, for,
okay.
because she noticed that when you come to, like, it's like a community up there, but they
Sure.
kind of do their own thing, a lot of them. So she kind of
Mm.
does her own thing, so maybe that was it. But Ben, I don't know, he works with youth, so should have been a little more open, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So then, you know, here's what happens to me a lot, and I'm just going to kind of ask your opinion about this. Usually, you know, we have these service days, right? And it's like, oh man, you know, no, you know, I don't want to get up, I don't want to, you know, I want a day off, you know. But then afterwards, it's like, wow, I'm really happy I did that. That turned out to, like, it feels really good. So did you guys have that kind of arc of an experience? Because that happens to me. That does happen to me. Like, I don't want to get up and I don't want to do it, and then once I do it, I'm like, wow, that was fantastic.
Right.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah.
kind of go like that for you? Because it's just
It's like,
I'm curious.
I kind of don't want to be here, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this is something I should be here for, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I
right.
think it felt good to be there and be a part of it, but
Mhm.
did I feel like I probably, I mean, I drove over everybody, I kind of
You kind of coordinated.
coordinated it, so it was a little bit different, but
Mhm.
I think it would have been nicer to have, like, we didn't need that many documentaries, okay?
Okay.
And since I went around, because like we don't really need 2 or 3 hours of
Mhm.
them working on a
Mhm.
project,
Mhm.
because
I'm gonna take notes.
because
I'm
if you
gonna
take,
convey this.
I mean, you're taking photos and photos and photos and photos and photos in there,
Mhm.
and it's like, but we only need some really good ones of
Okay.
this day, and then maybe going back later and getting the you know, like different parts of that. It would have been nice to have maybe, but we're small AmeriCorps group too, so
Mhm.
that's another thing. But if we'd been bigger, to have working alongside them,
Right.
you know, like
Right.
moving the rocks would have been nice, like physically to have maybe AmeriCorps like to work, and then have
Okay.
one AmeriCorps or two AmeriCorps document, and then others be of service of like alongside working with them, like joining our interns and joining the students, because that's kind of the message I got from Carl Martin from the United World College. He said, hey, do you have any photos of you guys working alongside the interns? And I said, well, no, except for Matthew, thank goodness, you know, poster boy. I said, because the rest of us were documenting,
Sure.
you know,
On camera.
and so I did get one of Chris taking photos of them working, but it would have been nicer to have, like when we did the one in Santa Fe,
Yep.
we're working as well as documenting, and maybe we can do that. We can work alongside and document.
Okay.
We step back and take a break.
Okay.
And then we get back to work.
Good. Okay.
Because
All right.
I feel like that's a better use of our time.
Good.
And I
Okay.
would feel better that I did a little bit more than just take
Sure.
photos and watch someone else work.
Okay.
I had no problem watching the kids work. At
Yeah.
all. I mean, it was-
And
that-
he
that's
actually,
more-
but you did a different kind of, he did a real hands-on job with them
Mhm.
and helped guide them and
Mhm.
do this. So
Yeah.
that
So you
was like
really
you were
did work
alongside, you
alongside
were
them.
alongside working with them
Yeah.
more so than just
Sure.
taking pictures of them working.
Right.
True. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think it's as much a part of the whole scheduling beforehand, and but I think there was a good idea to have the compartmentalized of the documentation. The documentation, I think, needs to still be separated from the work itself,
Right.
and
Okay.
that's so it's not it's all one thing, right? It's clerical that I'm thinking of. It's a paperwork sort of thing.
Mm.
When we're documenting, that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to get as much documentation as possible.
Right, but you don't,
Yeah.
You
I
don't
think.
have to be there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But there was so many different things
Well,
happening.
but that's it though.
We
You
had
don't
to move
need,
from one
and that's
place
the
to another.
realization. If they're working on the garden for 5 hours, we don't need 5 hours
Right.
of photos.
Right.
There's just no
Exactly.
way. And that was the realization. Chris can take an hour and a half of photos, 2 hours of photos.
Sure.
But how many photos do we need of them doing this task of
And it would be
lifting or
nice.
digging?
I
when we
agree.
just need 3 really great shots.
Lauren,
Yeah, yeah.
can I call you and maybe talk?
Oh, yeah, let's just do
There
that.
you
Since
go.
you're, yeah. Just
Speakerphone.
call me on my cell. Do you have my number?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just call me on my cell. All right,
Okay.
bye. Yeah, next time I think maybe we'll just do this as a conference call with, maybe with,
Jake, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Since I'm going through your, I have your photos, but what is RW2
That's raw.
raw? Why Photoshop is not letting me open them
no, you have to open them in Bridge.
Yeah.
in Bridge?
Hi,
It's not
Allie.
giving me any options. Let's see.
Okay, better.
Much better. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm gonna see if I can call Johnny and get him and do a conference call, have him in.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I mean, I don't think I lose you when I call
My
Johnny.
Photoshop lets me just drag
Okay,
and drop
there we go.
my
Okay.
All right.
W2s.
I'm calling Johnny now.
But Bridge, huh?
Then that should work, yeah.
I think if you can shoot them just in JPEGs from now on, it would be easier for me
Okay, sure.
to, because I have to change the resolution on all of them.
Okay.
And then I don't have to do it.
Hey,
too much, 'cause
Johnny,
not
it's
letting me
Lauren.
open them. Well, maybe it will. Let's see.
I'm trying to get
Let's
you
try
and
it out.
Allie on
Just out of curiosity,
on my
which
cell phone
version
and
of Photoshop do
speakerphone
you
because
use?
I think that might work
Whatever's on this
better.
Mac here, I think it's the
All right, Allie, are you there?
C6. They've all been updated, right?
I can hear
Whatever.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have a solution.
Wonderful.
But I was just gonna catch you guys up. I don't know if my message is sent, but I had just done 2 things really quickly I wanted you guys to hear.
Okay.
One was that I don't have any hard feelings about my experience there. I just wanted to be honest about what I have
Yeah.
experienced.
Sure.
Just that for future reference, we can, maybe work with them a little bit better. And also, I got some really good photos, and so I hope that they like the documentation that I got, and then hopefully they'll understand after they see some of our photos or why it was important for us to be there. But I also agree with Tara that it was a little awkward walking around taking photos of people, especially the ones who were doing like physical labor, and then being, the person just taking the pictures. And so maybe next time we could do a switch off of have one person doing documenting, other people working alongside, and then switch it off so that everybody gets a chance to do some documentation and everybody gets a chance to do some hands-on.
Great.
Yeah,
So like
totally.
go in pairs. That's an
Totally.
excellent idea.
Yeah.
Totally,
Yeah,
totally.
Okay.
Yep.
And there was just the problem because we didn't have enough, but we can switch pairs if we had to adapt. Like a pair
Right.
here for 2 hours and a pair here, and pick them up and take them to another spot.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
That's great. No, I think
our-
that's excellent.
Yeah, okay.
Good. Okay, so I'm really glad we debriefed this. Johnny, I did not find an AmeriCorps MLK activity in Las Cruces for you, but I don't know if you were able to do anything on MLK Day. Were you?
I just went to work like usual.
Okay. Well, that's service.
I just went to work like usual.
Well, that's
Good job, Johnny.
That's good, Johnny. That's excellent. We were just debriefing about what happened at the UWC. They were paired off, and they went individually and documented service work that United World College students were doing, and we just kind of debriefed the maybe a better way to do it in the future. And I think you heard the end of that.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So now that I have you guys on the phone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you just an HTML version of the schedule I have so far for the spring, and I'd like for all of us to kind of go through it and just talk through some of the activities that are happening and some of the required events, and maybe you can all put them on your calendars and make sure that you are aware of some of the things that are happening. So
Open up.
I'm going to pull it up, and I'm also going to send that to you guys via email because I don't have it online yet because because we're still working on it. All right.
This has service days too, Lauren?
Yeah, this will have all of our required service days and AmeriCorps days that are coming up. And I think I called it this. Oh, this is, okay, it says 13 spring ideas, but that's just because I used an old template. But I'm going to email it to you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Allie, it'll come to your Yahoo. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Allie,
Do you know how to use the batch
Johnny.
file?
Yeah, I'm just doing that right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just doing that.
Actually, let me take everything into Photoshop. I just select everything and took it in. So then I just need to make sure the resolution's high enough on them and turn them all to JPEGs and then
Right.
get them back on there. I know. I'm like, oh, okay. But it's good. It's part of the work. I don't have a problem doing it. It's part of my
Okay.
job.
Sorry, well,
All right.
good job.
So-
Part of my job. I can do that.
So here
problem. I
it
can watch a movie
comes.
with
And you
my
should be able to
son and
open
edit.
it just as an
Pretty
HTML.
much, yeah.
This is the kind of editing I don't mind doing.
I'm not
I
sure
can,
how it's
spend
going to
time
look
with him,
because
even though he's like,
I
"Mom,
don't
you
know about the
missed it. Watch it,
formatting,
watch
but
it,
at
watch
least
it."
you can get.
Binge watch
Ideas.
Netflix and go through some photos, you know?
All right.
Yes.
So
Where's it
yeah,
going?
some of the like that needs to get formatted. So there's some formatting things, but
What is that for? Is that our calendar? yet?
okay. So did you get it?
All right, I'm just gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've already kind of reviewed Tara. Your back is
Yeah,
totally
I know my
Tara's
back's
in a lot of pain right now, so she's like
Sorry, I'm
Huffing.
grunting in the background.
huffing and puffing.
Okay.
We're not like hurting her or anything
Yeah.
over here.
Yes, they are. No, they're not.
So a couple things are going to be happening this semester that you guys should all be aware of. One, and this is the part that I think is super fun. So remember Leslie Kaddish, who we had Google Hangout in, who gave us some ideas about creating multi-sensory exhibits,
Yes.
Yes.
right, from the Smithsonian?
Oh, yeah.
She's actually coming to New Mexico to do a presentation to DCA
Yes.
and come visit with us. So here's what I would like to do. I would like somehow to figure out what space we can have her kind of go into with all of us and come up with like a redesign of that space. And then, ideas for a redesign. And then each one of you take that and give a presentation back to her about what you might do to change that space to accomplish this multi-sensory experience. So the question is going to be A, what space
Okay.
would you like to do? Would you like to redesign in some way? And then B, is there anything that you would like to get out of her coming here? And if so, what is that? And is it not what I'm envisioning, which is redesigning a space?
Wait, I'm sorry.
I'm all.
She's coming on the 22nd, right?
She's coming on the 22nd, right?
Of February.
Of February, yes.
Okay, good. Then I'm glad because I'd really love to see her, but I'm out of town in Colorado on the 8th, and so that's good. I can be there on the 22nd. That's
Yep.
exciting. Okay.
Yes, please come up. And Johnny, I don't know, maybe we can figure out a way for you to come here. I feel like I don't want to exclude you as part of this process. So if I can do travel for you, maybe even we can do hotel and per diem. Let me see if I can get that sorted out, okay? I'm going to talk to Logan about getting permission to do that because I think it would be really important to have you here. I think it's going to be I think she's just super.
Yeah, she's the one who did all the sounds in the museum.
Yes.
Right, and that, yeah.
Yeah, and she talked about how when blind people navigate a museum, they pay attention to the
So we
surface.
can suggest to her about like how because I think that to me that one of the big things that I just kind of got off that presentation we saw was the poetry when they were listening to the poetry and was it a poem? Remember, it was
Mhm.
something.
A
and it
screen
was-
reader.
Yeah,
A
it was
screen
screen
reader. Is how do they choose those, and shouldn't there be more warmth and empathy in those voices instead of it being robotic
Mhm.
or computerized? Because that really annoys me.
Yeah, I'm sure it does
You know,
as
and-
somebody who recites poetry.
Well, right, and just that, because that's part of the delivery.
Mhm.
That's part of the essence. And if you can't see,
Mhm.
then you want to give them
Mhm.
the best audio to take them on that sensory experience as you can, especially with poetry, any kind of reading really, but especially with poetry.
Right.
So I would like to see how that would be a really good project to do, is like to have that, like, so we have the same poem read in this voice and in this voice, and
Mhm.
have people
Compare.
compare.
Now
and
we're
to-
talking. Okay, but we are talking about a multi-sensory experience,
and it's
because there's going to be people who are deaf.
Right, who are deaf
So we need to somehow create an experience that's multi-sensory. So if we're talking about
So it would
describing
be-
an environment,
Yeah.
or changing an environment to make it a multi-sensory experience, we should decide on what environment we want to change maybe first, and then figure out, and then based on her, like, we decide what environment we want to change, and then bring her in
Okay.
and say, okay, we want to change this environment to make it a multi-sensory experience. What would you suggest? And
Would it
then
be a temporary thing, or would
it's
it be
temporary. Yeah, I mean,
just for the week, basically? Maybe
Just
we
for
could get
the-
somebody
just
from
for
AmeriCorps
her
to see it
visit.
before we leave.
yeah, just for her visit. So,
And would be here in the building? Would
well,
be here
that's
on
what we
Island?
have to decide. You know, would we go into like Ray Drew Gallery, for example? Would we go into?
I think that would be a good one to do. Is
Maybe?
To
Yeah,
do
the
one.
empty space
Yeah.
to just have something to work on
Yeah.
completely.
I like that.
Or do we go to like I don't know, do we go to CCHP maybe? That's one room.
I think it would be nice to have more than just the class there to see the results, but
Well, yeah,
that,
we
not
could. That
during
could
the
be.
process, right?
Right,
Even
exactly.
just for like a 1 hour thing afterwards or something.
Well, I think that's part of the presentation we give back to her.
Oh,
is
okay.
look what we've done to this space as a result of your input.
Right, okay.
Right. Could it be like, I don't know, do you have any ideas, Allie or Johnny?
Not currently in the place.
Okay.
Yeah, not sure either.
Could it be a classroom? Could we go into Media Arts West
classroom.
100?
Oh, there you go.
100?
There you go.
That place
Yeah.
needs a lot of help, right?
Yeah.
Could we go into Media Arts West 100 and be like, this is our blank slate.
Yeah.
Um,
I want
we
something with sound and
we want this to be a video installation. How would we make this video installation a multi-sensory experience? Because we have the big screen, so we do have one element to work with, right?
Yeah, we got the speakers. We got the big speakers in there.
And we do have really good audio. So,
Okay. I think that would be really good then.
what do you guys think about that?
Should do something spring-like, beach, summer,
Okay.
volcano.
All right, so she's gonna have her work cut out for her then, because we're basically like, Media Arts 100, Media Arts West 100 is a vacuous room with, with a nice screen, and we can decide, like, we should probably have content, right? We should probably have a video that we want to project, and then say, okay, how do we make this multi-sensory?
Do we have a video collectively that we could use that's already existing?
Yeah,
At
we
the
should,
moment?
hopefully. What do you guys think? Do you want to take a stab at what we have, what we can use?
Do you have anything, Tara, that like is a video project
could
that's
use-
kind of on the sideline, back burner?
We could use one of your projects.
For this
To
to.
create a
Sensory,
multi-sensory experience.
Experimental, 5 senses, slap you in the face, bring it to the house.
And but it needs to be a visual, I mean like a video?
Well, we don't know. It could just be audio, right?
Okay, so you know what's interesting, right? Is when Mimi was very nice to send me to this
Yeah, give me some ideas.
multi-textural sort of sort of this thing where artists had Immersive. It was about
Immersive environments.
immersive environments, and one of them, which was like the most immersive environment. And remember, I talked about that train that I would pull the animation. It was last semester when we were in Santa Fe, and we had all grouped together in that big
Okay.
room up in the PCA. But so this other sensory thing was, it was like being inside of a honeycomb, being inside of a beehive.
Okay.
And you come inside of the small room, and this is just ideas, but the idea of it had sight, it had sound, it had smells, and it had textures because they had potpourris and different flowers in different cups, and so those gave off smells, and you could touch them. You didn't want to touch them, right? But
Okay.
and then in the room it had the kind of like a bee buzzing sound and like nature sounds at the same time, and trying to simulate the idea of being inside of a hive and yet being in nature. And so that was it. And they were all kind of experimental anyway, artistically, trying to find. But this one was like seemed to be the most advanced. They had the most maybe background to it. And again, it had like honeycomb kind of, little bit of a honeycomb kind of motif to it.
Okay.
But at the same time, it was had a lot of aroma to it.
Okay.
And,
So
sound
texture
and the
and
textures.
smell and sound
And
were.
sound. So if you were deaf, you could see the things though, right? The
Mhm.
little potpourris and flowers and different things in there. If you were blind, you could hear the sounds, you could smell the smells, you know. I think that it kind of in itself, and I think again, it's probably been around for a long while, not the first time it was up. But they really tried to concentrate on all the different things without trying to be anything more than what it was being in the honeycomb.
So something we could do then is we could say, here are the raw ingredients that we have. We have good audio and we have the ability to project good video. If you were to walk into this space, how might it be best utilized as a multisensory experience? And does that mean like we create something, or we have something already existing?
Haunted house is a multi-sensory experience too, right?
A haunted house is a multi-sensory
I'm not saying
experience.
anybody that, so I think we can, but I think we can open up our ideas to a bunch of different things. It doesn't have to be Smithsonian.
I think we can make a poem a multi-sensory.
There
We
you
could
go.
make,
We'll
now
try
that
to
would be
find
fabulous.
Because we can do video, audio, we can do smell. I love the senses.
Yeah,
So we have hearing, audio, we have touch.
okay.
I mean, the touch.
Why don't we make a poem a multi-sensory experience? Using that space.
Yeah.
All right, Tara,
There you go.
you got it.
As soon
You
as he was
got
talking
the-
about honeycomb, and
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's like a
But
poem.
you have a lot, but you have an existing poem. I
Yeah.
know lots of
Yeah,
them.
I have a lot of them.
About, making tortillas and making
We could
chili.
do that. We could do that particular poem, the Rising Star one
The-
that I just wrote,
mhm.
because it's beads too.
Mm-hmm.
So it could also be something that somebody would hold
Okay, good.
and read. So there's that sense of touch.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we say, so people who can't see it,
Mm-hmm.
we can read it and we can do it in the way that we think it should be done.
Okay.
And then
Right.
people who can't hear it but see it, then we can do like a collage of projections.
Mm-hmm.
We can have, we can figure out ways, because there's a part about the ocean, just like, to me, it's like almost like a mist.
Right.
Like, how can we get them to feel like that and smell the seawater or
Right.
the salt water?
Right.
Just like that would be our challenge, is to take
Right.
this poem, break it up, and how do we
Yes,
visualize that?
If we
Okay.
broke it up into all the 5 different groups.
Oh, I
we
love
have
this.
One theme for each group. That way we can
We're
concentrate on
gonna
it.
put this as an
Okay.
installation that
I
we're
was
gonna
just gonna
submit
say,
into some
no, I'm
festivals,
serious, you
guys.
guys.
I
This
am
could,
too.
this could end up being an installation.
No, it could
so
be, especially this
we should
poem.
take it very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Full
do,
installation.
it can end up being a full-on installation
I'm gonna
that we
send.
submit to.
I'm gonna send the poem to you,
Okay.
and then maybe
Post
we
it
can,
on the
I'll post
Facebook
it, okay,
page.
and then we can share it, and then we can
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
start talking about how to break it up.
Okay, let's do that, and I'll send it to Leslie.
Okay, and then, oh my gosh, this is too
So
much.
she'll have it. She'll have
I love
it and
it.
be like, we're gonna make this poem a multi-sensory experience.
And I wonder if
This is
anybody
gonna
has
be-
done that
That
yet.
would be.
I wonder if they have. I mean, I know there's a
I
lot
think
of
there
different
would be
ways.
something similar to that.
Yeah, there should be, but not like how we
This
could
is
do
not
it,
yours poem.
and not with
and
us
not with
as
us
collaborators.
collaborating.
Right.
I'm gonna
So
say-
Allie and Johnny, did you follow that whole discussion?
Most of it, yeah.
Most of it?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is so Tara has a poem that she's gonna contribute to this idea. And we're gonna make that poem a multi-sensory experience in Media Arts West 100. So we have access to video and audio, but we're gonna have to create the rest of it.
Yeah.
And she's gonna post the poem on the Facebook page, and we're gonna start brainstorming how we can address each sense. Meanwhile, I'm gonna also have give Leslie a copy of the poem and tell her that that's the project for when she's here, is turn it into a multi-sensory experience.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Johnny, I'm going to see about getting you up here. And Allie, if you're going to travel, it would only be fair to also reimburse you for mileage. So we're just going to call this a special project and not necessarily class. So how's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll get to work on that part of it. Okay. That's exciting. And I'm super, I feel like this is a great thing, and this could actually have legs. This could actually turn
Yes,
into
I'm
something.
really excited by that.
Yeah, this could actually turn into something that Leslie might even want to take back to her institution or
Sure,
her
that would be
school,
awesome.
which would be
That'd
awesome.
be really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. All right. So that's Leslie. I can't wait for her to come. She's just outstanding, and I can't wait for all of us to collaborate. So okay. So we're having this site visit by Logan. So Logan is our program officer at the state, and he's he's fine, but he's also new, and he's wanting to, when he comes up for his site visit, which is going to be February 17th through 19th, which is a Wednesday through Friday, he's going to want to interview all of you guys. So obviously Allie and Johnny, he'll have to interview you over the phone, or maybe Allie, maybe he'll want to come talk to you at the museum. I'm not sure. But he sent me a little kind of PowerPoint slide of what he's going to ask you. And he just wants, and so I am going to send that, Johnny, to you and Allie. So, hey, how did that HTML file come through? Did it came?
It's fine. It looks like you did on the old website.
Yeah, well, that's the template I was using. I'm going to put it on the WordPress site, but yeah, that's the template I was using. Okay, so hang on. Here comes a screenshot of actually, why don't I just send it to all of you guys? Matt, Jake, oops, Tara, okay, Victoria, and Chris. Okay. God, what music? Can you guys hear music in the
Probably some
background?
Jackson up there. I'm just kidding. No, it's not. I already told him we already went through that in the car.
It's the maintenance guys next door in the furnace room.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so here you go. So he's going to ask you these questions. So I've just sent you the email. It's nothing to like be concerned about. You just need to be prepared to answer these questions because he wants to get to know you guys, and he wants to get to know the program, and he wants to make sure that everything is actually meaningful for you guys and that we're not exploiting you in any way.
All right.
Okay, so he's going to ask you about general AmeriCorps information. What do you know about AmeriCorps? Is it service? Well, it's about community service, all that kind of fun stuff. Personal and program service quality. So how's the program? Do you like it? the benefits being offered. So if you're full-time, are you being offered all your benefits and your stipend and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Class is a benefit and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Personal reflection on time served. Do I allow for personal reflection? Do I require reflection papers from you? Blah, blah, blah. And leadership, supervision, strengths and weaknesses. So here's where you could talk about, you know, what's working and what's not in your, in the program in general, and also maybe in your individual internships. Member management strategies. So do you all feel like we manage you effectively? And training quality. Do we train you in the things that we say we're going to train you in? Okay, so he's going to ask you all these questions, and I just want you to be prepared. I'm not in any way gonna, like, you know, structure what you say, but I just want you to be prepared to answer these questions when he talks to you. Okay. Is that clear, Allie and Johnny?
And when will we be
Okay.
setting up the
So,
interviews?
okay. So now we'll go back to our little calendar here, and if you notice, Logan is coming on. Logan's not on here. Sorry, Logan's coming on the 17th of February. So it's a Wednesday,
Okay, I'm gonna put that down.
Thursday, Friday. So
And so Wednesday, so we'll prep before that.
yeah, so he's gonna
It's
schedule
gonna be the
time
17th,
with you.
18th, 19th?
Yes, he's gonna schedule time with you probably on Wednesday, on the 17th, individual times. So I don't know what your class schedules are that day. Matt, I don't
have no
know if you're
classes.
gonna be here.
I can't do it on Friday. So.
Okay.
Well,
And Leslie's coming after, right? She's March.
No, Leslie will be coming the week after Logan comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I could be, if it's if I'm the last scheduled, say for that day, I could come in.
Okay.
So like at 4 that day.
Okay, great. So you go to Santa Fe and come back a little early.
Come back, yeah.
Okay,
To
great.
do the interviews.
Great. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll send out an email with time slots, and I'll schedule each of you for those time slots. How about that?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. So time slots for.
And I'm just looking for the photo. I'm gonna post a photo of the beads and the poem on the AmeriCorps page,
Yay.
so we can plant that
Great.
seed and
That's
then
exciting.
you can read it. I know, I'm just looking for it. And then,
Cool.
yeah, I like this idea a lot.
Okay.
So we can do some research.
And
on sensory.
Allie and Johnny,
I have it here.
I'm gonna try to arrange for him just to call you if he wants.
Maybe
Yeah, I think we'll
Maybe
just
it's
do
on
it
my
that
phone.
way.
I have to send it.
I'm gonna arrange for them.
Okay. Just to backtrack a little bit, is
Yeah.
it okay for Johnny and I to Google Hangout for February 8th?
Yes, that actually is gonna be, I'm gonna try to do that. Oh yeah, see, this is just a template. I haven't totally figured this out. So part of what we want to do today is actually make this schedule more complete. So, basically, next week, we want to prepare for Leslie's visit. So next week we want to, maybe that shouldn't be online, maybe that should be here. And Allie and Johnny will try to get you in via Google Hangout, where we meet in Media Arts West 100 and we start to brainstorm ideas.
Okay.
So that'll be next week. Okay. I have your reading assignment discussion about universal design because I thought that it would be helpful, that universal
Yeah.
design might be helpful in some of our
how do we get that?
discussions. So I'm going to ask Leslie for ideas
Okay, good.
about what to read.
That would be great.
Okay,
I like
preparing
that.
for Leslie's visit. Okay, meet in Media Arts West, and I'll put all of this, of course, on the WordPress site, and I'll send a link. West 100, start brainstorming. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on the 1st. So on the 8th, so the next thing that's happening is the 8th, and this can actually happen online. So we can all just meet online. We can even meet on a Facebook chat. Okay, let's just do that on the 8th. And I'll post this again.
Okay.
So we'll meet on the 8th online. And what we've got the following week is AmeriCorps Day at the legislature. And that is actually a Tuesday. So I need to know who might be available on Tuesday the 16th to go to AmeriCorps Day at the legislature.
Well, it'd be
That's
Santa Fe,
different
yeah.
than Culture Day, right?
Yeah, it's different from Culture Day. And I don't have the date for Culture Day yet. Maybe, do you, Matt? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay,
Oh.
so AmeriCorps Day at the legislature, so Matt can definitely be there
Yeah,
because
I can
it's
be
in
there.
Santa Fe. So Matt, I'll be there. And Jake, are you free on Tuesdays? Be like 9 a.m. to probably noon.
Yeah, sure.
Why can't I
That's on when again?
download this?
Tuesday, February 16th.
Okay.
Allie, are you going to be in town?
I'll be in Albuquerque.
You'll be in, right, in Albuquerque. Do you want to go up to Santa Fe for AmeriCorps Day at the legislature? We have to decide what we're going to do. Here's my idea. My idea is we get a like a 6-foot table and chairs, and we bring laptops and print out a nice big AmeriCorps logo and talk about and shows like slideshows of what we've been doing and talk about our program.
Check on the wall maybe behind us. If we can get a wall or-
Poster, we have, let's see, Allie, do you have your Maker State poster?
I think I sent it.
Did you send it here? Do we have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll prepare. We'll talk about this on the line. Yeah, online next week. Yeah.
What was the
I mean, we've had a couple of programs since then, so I can always update it too if we
Okay.
need to reprint it or everything.
Okay. Let's make sure we have the poster and everybody has laptops and does slideshows, and we can talk more about it.
Okay, and so is there anybody else from Albuquerque that will be driving up that day? Maybe Victoria, and then I can ride with her?
Maybe Victoria. Yes.
Okay,
Maybe.
because I just, like I said, my car is not doing so well after this last trip, and I can't
Okay.
guarantee
Okay.
that I will have a ride.
Fine. Okay. I get that. Okay. There's also the train, Allie, because it's just in Santa Fe.
Okay.
So, but I'll see if Victoria's coming up.
All right,
What was
so
our
that's
chat on New Year's going to be about?
AmeriCorps legislature from 9 a.m. to noon.
Yep. And that's in Santa Fe. And you guys are familiar with that, right? It's in the Roundhouse.
Yes.
It's in, so it's in the Roundhouse, and then there are all sorts of, programs and other AmeriCorps programs from around the state. They'll be there. They'll be talking about their programs. We don't really have printed materials. Everything we have is online. So I have the website. I'll pull that up. Each of you have projects that you have done as your
Yes.
AmeriCorps internship. And you have your laptops, bring headphones if they're video, and let people listen to what it is you've done.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Allie, if we have a poster, you can maybe bring like a kit for a workshop or something and be like, this is what I do. I do workshops for kids at libraries across the state.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we do our planning day on the 8th, meaning each one of us will have a very clear idea. I will definitely have the website. So I'll be like the overall kind of overview for everything, and then each of you can showcase what it is you're doing.
Right, that makes sense.
Okay? All right. So that will be class. So that will be class that week. Class that week will be on a Tuesday instead of on a Monday. So maybe Chris Killian can come as well. So those are things that we'll kind of discuss. So, okay. Then Logan will be interviewing you the day after that. So that's kind of nice if we can all show up there and you can meet him, and then he'll be doing his interviews the next day. Okay. The next week is when Leslie's here, and that is on a Monday, and that's when we're going to do our whole multimedia installation experience.
And you'll want me to write down to that day.
Yes, please. Yes. And like I say, I'm going to finagle some travel I'm gonna do some travel with that.
And more than likely that'll just be before class to set up and then during the time of class.
Yep.
Okay, because I have a 5-day trip off starting the day after, so I'll have to get home that night.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just gonna be, so class is really only scheduled from 1 to 1:50, right? But I'm thinking a nice 2-hour block would be good to work with her. So like, let's just say 1 to 3 on that day.
Okay.
Okay. And then what we're gonna do with that experience is take it the following week, the 29th, and we're gonna actually implement all of the things that we've discussed and maybe get her in on Hangout and show her this multisensory experience,
I think that's great. Yeah.
right? So it's like a presentation back to her based on her feedback,
Right.
right?
Excellent.
Okay, all right, great.
And you said, I'm sorry, you said around 9 to 2, is that what you said?
9 to 2. Oh, for the AmeriCorps Day at the Legislature?
Can I get this photo too?
Or for Leslie's visit?
I'll get to it.
Allie?
Yeah, for Leslie's visit.
For Leslie's visit, so that's really just gonna be like probably 1 to 3. We're just gonna have class for a 2-hour block that day from 1 to 3. And we're gonna get her input, and then we're gonna turn around and give her something tangible based on her input the following week. But you don't have to be here for that. Just, I want you guys here for her, to listen to her and to hear what she has to say about how to get this, how to do this.
Okay, so then you know the 29th will be a Google Hangout.
29th will be a Google Hangout. That's exactly correct. Okay. All the other sounds, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You can just shut the door.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Okay. So then, just so you know, the 11th of March will be a Friday.
Oh, that's
And-
Chavez Day. We won't be here.
No, that's not Cesar Chavez
Okay,
Day.
no.
So the 11th, so the next
Sorry.
class will be the Winter Summit in Albuquerque, and that is an AmeriCorps required
And that's
event.
March 11th.
That's March 11th. That's a Friday, and I know that's a day you usually go up to Los Alamos, but that's an AmeriCorps kind of thing, so you should be able to get that.
So we won't have class on the 7th then.
That's correct. Class instead is going to be on the Winter Summit. It's going to be in Albuquerque, and it's going to be their Winter Summit.
And that's, I will
And
be,
you,
go ahead.
You're going to go. Yeah, I know that.
Is that an all-day thing again?
What?
Is that an all-day thing again?
It's usually like 9 to 3.
Okay, because I'll be driving back from Hobbs the day before, and then I'll have a workshop the next day in Taylor Ranch, and so that's kind of my day to do prep.
Why don't you come from 9 to noon, Allie? Why don't you come from 9 to noon?
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. And Johnny, again, I can do travel for you to come up for the Winter Summit from Las Cruces.
Okay.
Okay? All right, very good. Next week is spring break. The next week I want to prepare for Cesar Chavez Day, which we'll talk about. We don't have to talk about it now. The next thing, I know Tara has some ideas for that being here, but we welcome all forms of discussion. And the following week is going to be a Saturday class. That's going to be Cesar Chavez Day, so no class then, of course, on the 28th. Then I have an online kind of reflection on how Cesar Chavez Day worked. And then I want to get Ron Garcia here for a career services presentation. And Carrie in for his kind of annual lecture on how to communicate in the workplace. Have any of you had that? It's
No.
great. It's really fun. He does a really good job. We don't have anything scheduled for the 25th, but I have a feeling we'll have something. We'll figure something out by then. And then your final is on the 5th of May, and I want you guys to just kind of bring what you've done so far and bring your mentor to the final so they can see what you've been doing.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay?
That's May 25th.
That's May 2nd.
Okay.
That's a Monday, May 2nd.
Which is what, sorry?
That's our final.
Oh, that's my birthday.
That's your birthday! Oh, then
Well,
we
then
have
we'll have
cupcakes.
Boy, who wants cake around here? When we'll have cake and we'll have cake.
Exactly. The two women are like, we'll have chocolate.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your favorite cake?
Okay.
Come on. You have better calendar.
Favorite cake would have to be,
I'm gonna start Googling sensory exhibits.
no, I'm really partial to.
On which? On the
Angel food
21st?
cake.
Oh, let's do that online. Let's just do that online. We can prepare online. We don't need to prepare in person.
Oh, I know. I
Okay?
understand now.
So I'll change that.
Okay, and then I will be in Antigua
Mhm.
during a 9-day trip.
Oh my God.
We're going, so Miles and I have talked about doing, and I don't know, if this is close enough for Johnny to want to travel or not. But Miles and I have talked about revolving our workshop on the 26th on Cesar Chavez Day, regardless of what workshop it is, revolving it, somehow involving Cesar Chavez in the discussion and doing that for Cesar Chavez Day. And then if Johnny wanted to come to our teacher, I don't know if that's a shorter drive for him or if he wants
Oh, that's definitely a shorter drive. Yeah. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, I'll look into that. We'll see what data falls on. I don't know how far Artesia is from here. I have to look that up.
Okay. It's near the Carlsbad Roswell, it's in that area.
Okay.
And our workshop usually lasts about 3 hours with an hour instead of an hour breakdown. So it would be about, a 5-hour, I guess you don't really need to do that for sentence breakdown. It would be about 3 hours for the workshop and then plus your time to travel, so.
So, Johnny, it's 3 hours away. Las Cruces to Artesia.
3 hours, so it's the same as going from here to Albuquerque?
Basically, yep.
Okay.
You wouldn't have to go ahead 5 hours to Las Vegas. So it's up to you, whichever you think would be best.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we have time to think about that, but I want to just get things on people's radar right away. Okay, so that's basically, that's basically all of the kind of required dates. And what I'm going to do is, of course, put this in the on the WordPress site. This is just my template, and we'll do kind of the best we can, Allie and Johnny, to get you guys here on the critical days, which are when Leslie is here and the AmeriCorps Day at the legislature. Although, Johnny, you don't have to be here for that. Don't worry about that. But Allie, it would be nice if you could. And then Cesar Chavez Day.
And then what about, I can't even remember.
Oh, and the summit.
But I heard several people asking me if I'm doing something for Maker State at Culture Day. I don't know, I haven't heard anything about Culture Day yet this year, so I don't know if that would be something also, or...
Okay. Let me see if I have anything in my email about Culture Day. Oh, that does not work. Okay.
Okay, maybe that's not gonna. How to make a sensory poetic exhibit.
Also immersion.
Immersion? Okay.
Immersion.
I don't have any information about when Culture Day is this year.
Immersion exhibits, okay.
Okay.
So,
And then, so as far as basically April 4th until our final, are these all things that Johnny and I can then Google Hangouts for Ron Garcia and Terry's presentation?
oh yeah, definitely, yes.
Okay. So unless we have a field trip on the 25th, then we're good to Google Hangout for those until the final.
Yes, you are. Okay, Culture Day, hang on, I'm looking at the legislative calendar here.
Okay.
January 20th.
Immersion exhibit, I got that. It's more about zoos.
Santa Fe Day,
Immersion.
leaderships.
Sensory deprivation.
I don't see anywhere, I don't see Culture Day coming up yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
And
me see.
for bringing
What
on
did you
our
say?
event,
Sensory
I'm doing like a
Deprivation.
picture.
I'm just kind of.
Allie, I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
So, for bringing our mentors in for our final, is that a tech showcase?
I mean, I haven't decided yet, but I feel like it could be. I feel like here's what I would ideally like. I would like to use this as a way to model for future students here at Highlands what you can do when you do AmeriCorps.
Okay.
So yes, I think a tech showcase is probably the best way to do it. So each person gets a computer in 106 and you can just talk about what it is you've done, but also bring your mentors in.
Like last time.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a small group, right? We're not very many people, so it's not going to be a huge showcase, but I'd sure like to, maybe even have it in the mini Mac lab where it's a small area for a small group and just kind of showcase what you've been
We had it
doing.
there before in the mini Mac lab.
Yeah, we've had it there before. Yeah, when we also had a small group.
Right.
So, Allie, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So,
Do all three of my mentors have to be there?
no, we will invite them all, but of course, Miles is in Las Cruces, or maybe moved back by then, I don't know. And, I mean, your other mentor is Deb. Who's the third?
Oh, I was thinking Mimi for memory.
Oh, Mimi, yeah, well, Mimi will definitely be there. You don't have to worry about that. She'll be there regardless. Funny, I do not see Culture Day at the Roundhouse on the schedule, but
We
that
should all wear t-shirts that have pizza on them.
pizza?
Didn't you hear about Susana Martinez?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
God.
Pizza.
Oh no.
What
No.
should we do this time?
She got drunk and called a big.
here we
Oh,
go.
that's old news though.
Yeah.
Oh, Culture Day,
Well,
Monday,
the
February
Congo
1st.
Councilman showed up wearing
Whoa.
socks and pizza on them.
Okay,
Some
you
of the
guys.
Representatives did.
Hang on, we have a wrinkle.
It's socks with pizza.
We have a wrinkle.
Oh, we have a wrinkle.
People.
Oh, here we go.
February 1st. That's just
What?
It's next Monday. It's
What?
next Monday.
What's next Monday?
Culture Day.
Oh. Wow.
Oh. So we gotta go, right? So, oh my gosh, Monday the 1st.
It's next Monday, the 1st, according to
Wow.
this calendar. I better talk with Mimi, because Mimi hasn't given me any information about this.
I mean, things sound-
I guess we'll be posting it on Facebook. Allie, will you be in town, Allie? I mean, meaning, will you not be traveling for state libraries or memories of migration?
I will be, yeah, I'll be in office.
Okay, because I have a very strong feeling that Mimi's going to want you to do Maker State stuff at Culture Day.
All right, well, let me know.
Okay. Well, yeah, let me talk to her, because I don't think it's even on her radar.
Okay.
I don't even think it's on her radar. I mean, it wasn't on my radar at all. The only reason I found it was I Googled, New Mexico Culture Day at the Roundhouse.
Yeah, and the only reason I was curious is because I already had a couple people ask me, and at this point I couldn't remember who it was, but yeah, I've had a few people ask me if Maker State is doing something, so.
Okay. Well, my guess is, my answer to that question is going to be yes, but let me talk with Mimi about it. So that's actually a class day, and it's from 11 to 1. So it's a short period of time.
In Las Cruces.
No, in Santa Fe,
Oh.
Culture Day at the Roundhouse.
Oh.
So we have Culture Day at the Roundhouse, then we have AmeriCorps Day at the Legislature. We have a lot of days,
Yeah.
okay?
And that one we haven't heard yet about, but we'll probably will end up doing that.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
probably end up doing it.
On
So let
Monday.
me talk to Mimi,
Okay.
okay?
For next Monday.
Next Monday. You'll be in Santa Fe
I'll be in
already.
Santa Fe.
Okay.
And I can go to Santa Fe.
And Allie,
And
you'll
I'll
need to
post all
come
that
up.
stuff
Okay,
later.
so here's what
but
I
wanted
need
to
to
get
do.
like a couple links.
I need to get a
start
bunch of
looking
travel
at, too,
requests
for
done.
Sensory to start. Like, what I do with this poem.
Johnny, I don't think you have
Maybe
to come
send a
up for
couple
Culture
links
Day.
where
I
we
think
can
that's
look
a
up to.
bit much.
So if you can find any too,
Okay.
Okay?
share them with me.
I mean,
I
unless
just
you
can't
want
get good
to.
reception down here, so.
Yeah.
kind of short notice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, let's not worry about that, Johnny. Okay, let's not worry about that. Okay, so,
Oh, I need photos.
all right, so we'll do, so now let me put that on the schedule. So that's something
Sorry.
new. We'll still have a reading assignment for Leslie, and we'll prepare for her visit online the following week, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me just put in Culture Day. Okay,
Ibuprofen helps so much. I just want to say that.
okay, so that's from 11 to 1. Okay, so I'm gonna get this online on the WordPress site and send out post a link on the Facebook page for everyone. I'll talk to Mimi and I'll do travel requests for you guys for the pertinent days that you're gonna have to travel. Johnny and Allie. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Do you guys have any other questions?
No.
Okay. And let's,
And then Lauren,
yeah.
and then you and I need to talk after class. I don't know if you wanted to call me back or if you wanted to just hang out and wait for a little bit.
Let me call you back just to give people a chance to, Jake's got to pack up a camera and we've got some things to do. So let me call you back.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Okay. Great. Johnny, do you have any questions?
No, not right now, no.
Okay. Is Nathan going to be able to do your mid-program evaluation soon?
I think so. I know he was reviewing his email. I'm not sure if he got back to you as to which day would work best for him.
Okay.
I will ask him.
Okay. That'd be great.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. All right. 11 to 1 is what it says. It says Culture Days from 11 to 1 on the schedule.
Alright.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, thanks, Allie and Johnny. We'll be, let's see, Johnny, I don't know if we're gonna have Culture Day next week. I won't talk to you, but hopefully we'll talk individually with your mid-program evaluation.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty. All right, take care. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll talk